Blind Guy TV. And today I thought to do something a little bit different. I thought I'd tell you people the time that I met Richard Hammond, James May, and the day after, Jeremy Clarkson. It's not the usual meet-up of stars. It's a very unusual story. It was about 2008, and I was living in Surrey, and I had for sale a dark green 1965 Ford Mustang. Well, I had a phone call earlier in the week saying that he was the agent for Richard, and I thought, right, Richard who? Very posh, I mean an agent. He would like to come and see your Mustang, 7 o'clock in the evening, Saturday. Okay. So, yeah, I said, that's fine, yeah, come on over. So there was a knock on the door, 7 o'clock, and I answered the door. And this guy called Richard said, hi, it's Richard here. Do you mind if I bring my friend James with me? And I said, yeah, no problem. I said, I'm actually totally blind. And Richard said, well, what, pardon me, but what does a blind guy want with a Ford Mustang? And I said, I don't, that's why I'm selling it. So I led him through the house and went into the garage, and we're looking around the Mustang, and I had, I think it was a Ferrari 308 next to it, and we were chatting about cars, just chatting away, you know. And I happened to say that Dunsfold Airfield was just down the road. And I said, the Top Gear team use it for videoing. And they said, yeah, we know, we work for the BBC. So, stupid me, I said, oh my God, really? Do you know the guys on Top Gear? Their reply was, we are them. So, I nearly fainted. Anyway, we went in the house, we sat in the study, we were looking at the paperwork, and we were discussing. James was telling us about him learning to fly, and I said that my wife, Debbie, could fly. She had a PPL-A from America, private pilot's license, aeroplane. And we were just chatting away. I wasn't starstruck or anything. It was just lovely to have a couple of mates. That's all it was like, you know, discussing this Mustang and cars I've had in the past and cars they've had and things like this. And then my wife was in the stable yard at the back of the house, so I gave her a ring and I said, Debbie, can you come in, please, right now? Oh, I'm doing the horses. Right? I said, no, you've got to come in now. All right. So she came marching down the hallway, stinking of horse wee, as all horsey women do, hay in her hair. She looked round the door into the study, and she went, oh, good evening. Ah! Her reaction was amazing. Anyway, I think they had a cup of tea and had a chat, and they were on their way, and Richard texted me and said, would like to come to the filming the next day on the Sunday. I said, yeah, I would, but Debbie's doing a horse riding competition. She's doing a dressage competition, so I'll have to find somebody else to take me. And I asked my then legal assistant, Amy, and her boyfriend and her picked me up, and her son was with her, 14-year-old son. And we drove to Dunsfold, and it was so funny because I was in my Subaru, and we came up to the gates, and there's hundreds of people waiting at the gates. And the man came up to the gates and to the car and said, can I help you? And I said, yes, Richard Hammond has asked us to come. Oh, yes, you're VIP. What? Are we? The barrier went up, and so the barrier went up, and we proceeded through into the VIP car park, right next to Richard Hammond's lime green Dodge Charger. So there we were invited. Richard was actually waiting for us at the entrance to the studio. It was an absolutely brilliant reception. Couldn't have been any better. And we went in, and there they were doing the thing as they do in the studio. You know, they're the audience, and they were showing videos, and then as they were showing videos, they're running around the studio and smoking, and could be smoking those days, smoking and discussing what the next thing is, and I went to chat with the audience and whatnot. And Jeremy came up to us, and I got a photograph of him with Amy's son, and it was just lovely. It was just like we couldn't have been happier. And so there, we left, and Richard came to the door of the car and said, I'll have a think about the Mustang. He didn't buy it, he bought that Shelby Mustang instead. I can't blame him, to be honest. The mine was just a standard 65 2894 on the floor. But interestingly enough, the car had full history from day one. It had been bought by a GI returning from Vietnam, and he'd spent his bonus money or whatever on this Mustang. Had every single receipt. And you know something funny? The bill for the radio, AM, FM radio, was, I think, twice as expensive as the bill for the limited slip differential, or power lock differential, as they call it in America, I think. Yeah, so it was an interesting weekend, and one that I'll never forget. And if the Top Gear guys the old Top Gear guys are watching, thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, especially to Richard and James. And maybe see you sometime in the future. Okay. Take care. God bless everyone. Please subscribe. Like if you like it. Comment and pass it on to your mates. If I can get more subscribers, I've got 342 at the moment. If I can get up to 1,000, then it doesn't only make me monetize my videos, but it also means I can do longer videos, because I think I'm subject to 15 minutes at the moment. I know I only do 5 or 6 or 7 minutes, but there are some sort of feature films I can create. I've got one got in future mind. So there we go. Please subscribe and take care, everyone. Bye bye.